Hello, writers. Today, you're going to select a piece to publish. Writers have many different reasons for writing. One key element is that you are connected to the topic and you are committed to making it the best piece possible. Today, you're going to reread your notebook entries to find an idea that you want to publish. Consider why the story is one that you want to tell, and also think about who your readers might be. This will help you make the decision about which one is the best piece to select. In Ralph Fletcher's A Writer's Notebook, he says that you should pick a writer's notebook topic that is important to you. Today you're going to read To Dig Out the Crystals, as Ralph Fletcher says, to help you make your choice. I am a rock hound. There's nothing sweeter than throwing a bunch of rock hounding gear, picks, shovels, sledges, goggles, bug spray, snakebite kit, into the car and heading off to a place like Herkimer, New York to dig diamonds. Well, not really diamonds. Herkimer is known for its lovely quartz diamonds, crystals that are terminated or pointed at both ends. They're very stunning, even if they'll never make you rich. You find Herkimer diamonds in mineralized rock, and it takes hard work to get them. Sometimes you have to dig down through a couple of feet of dirt before you even reach the rock where the crystals lie. Once you locate the rock, you use a heavy tool, like a crack hammer, to carefully break off pieces of stone. On the rare occasion, a piece of stone will crack away, revealing a gem pocket filled with sparkling Herkimer diamonds. When these glittering bits come spilling out, you feel like shouting, "Eureka!" More often, you break off a chunk of rock that you suspect has crystals inside. You can haul the rock back to your car and bring it home. And later in your basement or garage, you can leisurely work on the rock, crack it open, and find the crystals inside. A writer's notebook works in a similar way. If you get in the habit of paying attention to your world and writing down what you notice, your notebook will fill up with lots of intriguing stuff. Imagine your notebook material is sort of like the rocks you've dragged home. In that rough stone, all sorts of agates, crystals, and valuable fossils might be buried, and it's up to you to dig them out. How do you do that? How do you separate sparkling crystal from dull rock? There's no simple answer to that question, but for most writers, the answer begins with rereading the stuff you've collected so far, so you can sift out the most valuable pieces that will sparkle in your own original writing. So I think what he's trying to say about selecting is that you have a lot of rocks, but you also have some gems. And so when you're thinking about that piece that you want to pick out to publish, you want to really think about which ones are going to be the best, most sparkly stories to tell, and the best, most sparkly stories that someone will want to read. So the most important thing today to do for selecting is to reread through your notebook entries. Think about the questions on this slide. Do you feel strongly about this topic? Is this something you have more to say? I will often have writers come to me with a topic, and they're like, "Well, that's all I have to say about that." And I'm like, "Well, you kind of have to tell more about it than what you just told me." And so you want to be able to tell lots and lots of details. Think about those author's craft items that we learned about earlier. Is it something that you can add sensory details to, or metaphor, or simile, or personification, or onomatopoeia, or internal dialogue? Are you going to have a voice with that story? Think about your audience. A writer is always going to think about who he's going to share his work with. And so, is this something that others will want to read about? Think about your purpose. A writer usually writes a story either to entertain, something funny, something humorous, or something adventurous. A writer could write to persuade or try to convince somebody to do something. A writer might be trying to bring out that emotional response. We're definitely experiencing that with Wonder this week. Or it might be just for your own personal to record something you never ever want to forget. And so after you answer these questions for yourself, you don't have to turn these questions in. I just want you to think about them. It might help to work with a partner and kind of look through your notebook with either your adult person in your life or with a big brother or big sister. Or maybe you just, if you can get in touch with a friend in your neighborhood or a friend on the phone, call somebody up and ask, would you want to hear this piece? You can always come to a Zoom meeting and talk to us about if you have trouble deciding. You can always come to a Zoom meeting and talk to other writers in the class. All right, so first you're going to select your piece, and then there's going to be another part to this lesson where we start collecting. So you get a buy one, get one free today writing lesson. So spend a little bit of time looking for your gem, and then I'll meet you at the next video.